Alright, I'm going to admit something here that I really don't want to. I've exhausted the big book of USB flashlight jokes. You're like, no, man, those were all really funny. Hope you can come up with some new ones. Okay, I'll get right to it. Nitecore is a new, and by new, actually, I mean a few months old USB rechargeable flashlight called the MH20. And guess where you can get it? That's right, the Nitecore experts at Tech Tool Supply. They're like the Chuck D of Nitecore, and I guess just like the Flavor Flav. Anyway, the MH20 is a compact USB rechargeable light with a replaceable battery. It uses a cool white XML2 U2 emitter, and it's covered in a Type 3 anodization, has a glass lens, and is made out of aluminium, well, an aluminium alloy that's, I don't know, aereo grade or whatever. Also, it comes with a spare USB cover, a USB cable with a little tie thing around it, some spare O-rings, a lanyard, just because, a holster, a clip, some documentations, and oh, a 5-year warranty. It has a sweet backlit two-stage button, which may now make the adjective sweet seem less cool now that it's used to describe a button. Counterpoint, you're like, the end of the 90s made saying sweet not cool. Alright, touche. To turn it on and off, press the button fully with a single normal click. Half presses of the two-stage button get you through all 5 of the constant output modes, starting from ultra low and all the way up to turbo. The light has mode memory, so it'll start on the last mode you used when you turn it back on. There are shortcuts to ultra low and turbo. For ultra low, press and hold the switch halfway. For turbo, press and hold the switch all the way. Also, if you need to locate the light easier in the dark, you can turn on the 3-second blue beacon via the on-off switch. A quick half press activates it. A quick half press deactivates it. Boom, done. Oh yeah, the strobes. Because it's a flashlight. Turn the light on, press and hold the button for more than 1 second to go into strobe mode. Loop containing all the classic strobe hits like Tactical, Sauce, and Location Beacon. Do half presses of the switch to cycle between the blinking lights. The strobe loop always starts out in Tactical. Alright, hey, wake up! The 5 brightness modes are as follows. You'll see my estimations along with Nitecore's manufacturer ratings. First is ultra low, then is low, then is mid, then you get high, then there is turbo. My camera was set to manual so you can see the actual difference in brightness between each level. And I'll go over the strobes again in the director's cut of this review. The MH20 can operate off of 3 types of batteries. 18650s, 2 non-rechargeable CR123A batteries, or 2 rechargeable RCR123 batteries. The charging feature of the light only works with 18650 batteries. The MH20 only accepts button-top cells. It took about 7.5 hours to charge the 3400 milliamp battery from 2.8 volts because it charges about a half an amp rate at 5 volts. Okay, siesta time. I'm sorry. I mean the run times. First is turbo. Turbo starts out at about 930 lumens and slowly drops until the 8-minute mark, where it hits a more substantial drop, then runs steadily before a gradual decline around the hour mark, then starts a very steady drop till about 2 hours and 28 minutes before flickering and ending. High is a steadier curve and starts declining slightly in brightness at about 2 hours before it begins flashing everyone at 3 hours. As always, once brightness starts declining, it's a good rule of thumb to replace or recharge batteries. But you would know that because you read the flashlight manual as soon as you got it, right? Medium runs for over 4 hours pretty steadily and then gets brighter briefly before beginning a dimming and ending at around 5 hours. Oh my god. I did not test ultra low and low because of time and wear and tear, but Nitecore says 15 hours, 45 minutes on low and 235 hours on ultra low. So that's a good way to spend a few weeks, right? Like nearly all Nitecore lights I'm reviewing right now, the light has an electronic switch. Electronic switches need a small amount of battery power to operate. This means that if you're going to be storing the light for long periods of time, not being used, please take the battery out. Nitecore rates this light as having 12 months of standby time with the batteries in and beacon on, and 24 months without it being on. So if you take a look at the tail cap, you'll see anodized threads. You can basically lock the light out if you unscrew the tail cap slightly, because the contact is made with the very end of the battery tube to the tail cap. This prevents accidental activation of your flashlight if it gets put in your man purse or woman purse. The light is water resistant to IPX8 standards, so it holds up to shallow submersion for a limited period of time and is A-OK to use in the rain and snow. It's impact resistant to 1.5 meters. And let's do some beam shots while we're at it. Okay, so I'm going to put the MH20 up against a few other Nitecore lights and maybe a brighter light, and you'll see how it looks whenever you shine it on things that are about 75 feet away. That's kind of all there is to it, and I will continue the review while this is still happening on screen so I can get it done quicker. USB lights are awesomely convenient because of the prominence of personal computers and cellular telephones. Okay, that's kind of an obvious statement. Oh yeah, how about the dimensions so I can back up this next statement? So here you are. This is a great general purpose EDC light. It's compact enough for jacket pockets, but not pants pockets unless you have really big pants pockets. It has a great high brightness and an awesome low. It comes with lots of different carrying options that add to its versatility. Okay, so if you like to buy this light and you think it's for you, along with chargers and batteries to power this light, make sure you visit Tech Tool Supply, who provided this light for review. Okay, thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe to this channel, like my video, comment below, and high-five a complete stranger today. But not too hard, because there's a fine line between excitement and assault.